Our next speaker is someone who embodies dedication, innovation, and leadership in the career marketplace. So I am thrilled to introduce Ms. Jomar Grace Locsin, the CEO and owner of Surge Marketplace. Her journey is an inspiring tale of determination, and her visionary approach has fostered a culture of growth and opportunity, not only within her organization, but also for everyone who's interacted with Surge Marketplace. So Ms. Grace will be sharing her valuable insights on mastering professional networking, strategies for success in a world where it's not just what you know, but who you know. Mastering the art of networking is crucial for career advancement. I know you guys know that, especially Sir Paul talked about it earlier. So, and who better, to guide us than a person who has harnessed this power to create meaningful impact. So, without further ado, please let's give a warm virtual welcome to Miss Jomar Grace Locsin. The floor is yours, Miss Grace.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, everybody. I'm happy to be here. I see familiar faces. Hi to everyone. I know Shirley, Coach Pai, all of you guys. And of course, those that are watching us live, thank you for having me. I hope that you are learning a lot. I know that we prepared, together, with Search Marketplace and Tasha, we were able to really brainstorm a little bit and prepare something that is relevant and valuable. So I'm grateful for our partners, and thank you for being here. Allow me to share a little bit of how we can move forward with a discussion earlier. So I know that Coach Paul mentioned, more on mastering our networking. In my discussion, allow me to share a little bit on how you can upskill in the shifting world, because as we may have known, there are a lot of changes the last few months, probably the last year. The landscape when it comes to work really changed. And maybe even I'm predicting that being here for the last few years in freelancing or working online, it's different, okay? But real quick, please let me know where you guys are at. If you can let me know in the comment section or in our chat, if you are in Mindanao, if you are in Cebu or Visayas, or if you are in Luzon, okay? Hope you guys are excited. We have one from Davao, Agusan, okay? How about the others? Dumaguete, Saudi, okay? Lionel, what time is it? I think we're a little bit ahead of you guys, but thank you for joining us. Cavite, we also have Taguig, okay? Luzon, Laguna, Cavite, okay? Thank you very much. We appreciate you guys are here. Marinel, of course, one of our Surge graduates and also affiliate, Saudi as well. I rise from Cavite, Taguig, okay, Laguna, from Visayas as well. So far, Antoinette, Maricel, okay, or Maricel are representing the Visayas people. And again, those that are not probably able to comment, I'm not seeing the comments outside of Zoom, but wherever you guys are at, welcome and thank you for joining us in this second session. I hope that you learned a lot, and you have been gaining a lot of opportunities and potential and learnings from what we have been doing since 2 o'clock. And I hope that, this will also empower you moving forward. Okay. So in this discussion, I'm going to be sharing how we can go ahead and upskill. And why upskill? Why are we positioning, or why are we thinking about this one? Okay. Why upskilling is the thing when it comes to being relevant in the marketplace. First and foremost, okay, allow me to share a little bit about myself. I have been in the online world since 2012. Okay, I started just learning how to do the task, working online in 2010, and I shifted online just purely doing remote since 2012. And in 2016, we started Surge. We were then an FVA, and now we are Surge Freelancing Marketplace. And since then, we've been really empowering a lot of students, may they be in the Philippines or outside the country. And through all of the things that we're doing, we're able to see somehow what are the demands, what are the trends when it comes to online work, when it comes to remote work. And right now, we are really seeing a lot of shifting. We're really seeing a lot of changes in the work landscape. So this is a very good topic right here, where we're able to know how we can upskill as we also run and walk through all of the landscape changes, amid the changes. How can we thrive? How can we go out there and really position ourselves for competitiveness and really success as well? Okay. This was the thing that I really chose, because I think this is going to represent a lot of avenues when it comes to what is changing. Last week, I think this really sparked a debate for a lot of us. And you can share your thoughts about this one. But GMA launched their AI-based sportscaster that will be, I think, sportscasting the NCAA. And these are AI, and a lot of people are already doing this one. So basically, you just choose the face, you just create a script, and then you let it be read by AI. And that's more of what's already happening in TikTok and YouTube. However, we can see that it's now moving into mainstream. Okay, I forgot, I think it's Maya or Maha or something like that. But we are now seeing how it moved really quick, really fast into mainstream. If we can see here, they just launched this one, and there were a lot of people who were like, no, it's not going to be personal. No, it's going to be challenging. How can they really, I think it's more of side, I think they will just be doing side comments or something like that. But a lot of people are already reacting to this. But what's already happening in the work landscape when we're going through online, there has been a lot of changes, and it's really impacting real careers. A lot, I was reading, a lot of digital newscast on this one, and a lot of people are already worried about the huge impact of AI on their careers. And probably you're thinking about this as well. How can AI change the horizons, okay, of what's coming in the careers, in online world, in remote work? When I was in Manila, like last weekend, this was asked actually in one of the sessions we had in Cavite, like, should we be worried, those that are digital professionals, online workers, should we be threatened by AI? Okay. AI is just one. There are a lot of other avenues where we can see that times are changing, and there's a huge shift when it comes to the work landscape. Okay. So to thrive, this is a challenge that we have right now, is basically to be able to grow vigorously, to flourish, to gain in wealth and position, to prosper. So this is our challenge right now. How can we thrive in a world where there are a lot of changes? Okay, and probably you have questions. I know maybe we can do a question and answer, or maybe you can add it in the comment section and I can go and answer them as well. And why is that we need to somehow position ourselves ahead of what's about to come? So AI is just one. There are already a lot of questions when it comes to this one, but we should be thriving, okay, amidst these changes. And how can we do that? Here, it's already saying that we need to continually grow, not grow a little bit or more conservatively, but vigorously. Okay, that's to thrive in this landscape of changing online work and online demands and the relevance out there. It's basically unbalanced. How can we thrive? How can we flourish? How can we gain wealth and position? How can we position ourselves? That's basically what we're going to be discussing today. Okay, so in here I asked question, why is there a shift in the work landscape? Okay, that's the first question that we need to be asking first. Why is there a shift? Bakit ba nagbago? Okay, is this parang love life? I thought it was okay, but now it's not. Okay, so who can relate? So maybe there are like hugots out there, okay, or probably even in your client relationship. I thought I was gonna be hired, but why is it that I was just shortlisted, but I'm not hired? All right. So these are things that we need to look into, but we have to ask ourselves first, why was there a shift in the workforce landscape first and foremost? So we can really be more strategic in also moving forward and also upskilling. Okay. Number one of the reason, okay, we already discussed this earlier, the rise when it comes to automations and job displacement. So AI, okay, everybody, when it comes to maybe small and medium business owners or enterprises, they need cost efficiency. They need strategies and techniques in their business where they can minimize costs, where it's not that costly, where they can somehow benefit from savings. Okay, so one of the strategy to do that is to basically automate what can be automated. Okay, and because of this, maybe the one that is assigned in customer support now is displaced. That means she or he is not doing this job anymore because there's already an automated response. There is already an automation, maybe via many chats or other automated applications that is being placed by the company. Okay. According to World Economic Forum, automation is expected to displace around 85 million jobs in 2025. That's in 2 years. That's more like more than a year from now, because we're towards the end of 2023. So industries like manufacturing, retail, customer service have increased automations through robotics and AI, leading to job displacements in some roles. So this is a little bit scary for a lot of people who are working in retail, in manufacturing, in customer service. Okay, how can I go and maybe prepare in advance, right? So those are some of the good questions. Another one, of course, we now know that remote and the digital transformation, the gig economy prior to 2020, basically 2020, before the pandemic, there was only 35% growth when it comes to the whole remote work, the whole global workforce. After the pandemic, it has shifted. We can have statistics right here from 2020, from 2005 to 2020, during the pandemic, it raised, it basically rose from 35% or less to 140%. That's a lot. That's like that's huge when it comes to this different statistics. Okay, so people are now shifting remotely. People are now shifting also and companies are transforming into digital transformations, maybe going online or online bookkeeping or using HRIS or CRMs, right? So us who may be working through customer service or maybe data entry, we may not be relevant anymore, okay? Because we might be replaced by automations. Okay, we may be displaced. So we need to position ourselves into something that is relevant in the marketplace, because there has been a rise when it comes to remote work and digital transformation. So basically, on us, okay, the customer side, on the digital workforce side, we have been thinking of like, okay, how can I keep work-life balance? How can I work sometimes only in the office and then back at home? How can I skip the 9 to 5? How can I basically position myself for freedom and flexibility. Okay. For others in the business world, okay, for entrepreneurs or enterprises, they're also thinking on how can I minimize cost? How can I achieve or adopt digital transformation in order for me not just to minimize cost, but to make all of my processes quicker, safer, with data, okay? Because the more you have data, the more that you can also benefit, you can use it later on, all right? And this all happened after the pandemic. So there has been a big adoption for remote work, for online jobs, for digital transformation. And probably there are still some of you guys here that have not considered, getting skills when it comes to relevance in the workforce. This might be something that you need to consider, because again, this is a big shift in the work landscape. Okay, people are now selling online. Before it was people will have it delivered. Now we just order through e-commerce platforms. Okay, there has been a big shift, and because of this, the work demands are also changing. Okay, another reason when it comes to why there is a shift in the work landscape is, of course, when we're talking about shift in the work landscape, there might be an issue of skills gap. Okay, there might be an issue when it comes to what what you graduated to, what's demand. Okay, what's in demand out there. There might be a skill gap between what's needed by the client. Okay, you're applying here, and then the client needs you to learn a little bit about maybe bookkeeping, maybe human resource, maybe automations, maybe social media, but these are not the skills that were taught in school. So there's a huge gap when it comes to what's being learned in school. Of course, we can't still take out school. We can still we can take the importance of education. We still need lawyers, we still need doctors, other things. Okay, but when it comes to skill-based jobs, okay, when it comes to online jobs, there might be a huge skill gap, because what people are employing, that's not what's being learned in the school setting. That's not what's being learned in in our experiences. Okay, so there is a gap there. So what's a good way for you to move forward? Make sure that you upskill. Make sure that you look into the relevant skills. Make sure that you are prepared in advance. Okay, we also have here the rise of the gig economy. Okay, so more and more people, according to Intuit, they're the owners of QuickBooks Online. They predicted, this was in 2021, that 40% of the workforce would be compromised to working online. Okay, and a lot of us are doing that. Examples of platforms that have shifted online are Uber, Airbnb, okay, Upwork, okay, other industries as well. And these are just some. These are just avenues that maybe you are familiar, but maybe you're not that familiar as well when it comes to the relevance of your work. So it's really important to go and consider that people are mostly working online. Okay, I was talking to our services manager earlier because we are about to bring in more clients for our students, and she is based in Mindanao, where there are a lot of gold. Okay, it's in Pantukan, okay, Davao de Oro. Okay, Oro means gold, and Pantukan, people get a lot of money because they basically get gold. So there are a lot of quarry. There's a lot of caves. They get their own gold, but then now the younger people has this commotion. Okay, they're like, why is the young people getting more, they are richer than the ones that are getting gold. Okay, there's like a new shift. Okay, why? Because there are younger people who are now shifting into the online world, into the gig economy, and they are earning 100,000 per month, 150,000 per month. This one that we're talking about is, I think, earning 180 a month. So she gave her mom a business, a sari-sari store. She's buying new phones. She has her house remodeled. She bought a new car. So a lot of people were like, what's in that economy? What's in that industry? Why is there more money than gold? Okay, so more people are like, what's going on? Okay, and this is because there's a rise of the gig economy. Other clients prefer to hire those that can help them online, those that can be shifted into online, online assistance. All right, so there is that rise. So a lot, and I think I would see that there would be a lot of communities like this who would be like, what's going on? Before we would earn money through farming, through this, and there's still that, we can't really take that out. It's still a part of what we're doing. That's still a part of our existence as human being, part of our communities. We can't really take that out. But more and more, there is a rise when it comes to the gig economy. More people going into something flexible, something that is a different model than the other employment models, okay, than the old employment models. And these are platform based, these are online, okay, these are using platforms. So this is why there is a big shift in the work landscape. Now, a lot of people are even changing their goals. Like, I know a lot of people are going to school, learning a few ropes on, how to be this and that, and then going back online, okay, like how to learn bookkeeping and working online. There has been a change on that. So we need to be ready and understand all of this shifting so we can be ready. We can prepare ourselves. And of course, we can do that through upskilling, okay? Another reason, okay, when it comes to the shift in online or in the work landscape is, of course, the quest for renewable energy and sustainability. If you can probably recall a brand who are not anymore using plastic, okay, there's McDonald's, there's Jollibee. They're not using one-use plastic anymore, like straws, okay, not just so it doesn't go to the ocean, okay, that's one reason, but overall, the whole mandate for a lot of companies right now is to pursue renewable energy, to pursue something that is sustainable. And because of this, there has also a shift, because a lot of people, might be not anymore in a manufacturing setting where it's actually producing bad air or carbon dioxide or things like that. So as more people are pursuing something renewable and sustainable, there is also a shift when it comes to our landscape. I was in LinkedIn like few months ago, and I remembered Shell, the company with oil and gas, they were thinking, like they were in an ad in LinkedIn, and they were talking about how to be green, okay? So even those things, so the whole shift is really towards what is quicker, what is safer, what is healthier, right? So there is that type of mindset now. So you who are here, who are watching us live, who are watching us, through the recording, you need to be understanding why all of these things are shifting, so you can upskill, you can be ahead of the learning curve and position yourself there, okay? Another one is the rise of healthcare and aging groups. So that means that a lot of people are also driven when it comes to the healthcare industry. So it might be that there's a need for more nurses, more health workers, but when it comes to online, there are platforms, there are websites, there are even like a demand for online workers in the healthcare, because the healthcare industry and aging population is also going up, okay? So that means that there are openings when it comes to all of these industries, okay? Another one is the rise of e-commerce and retail transformation. Before, when we buy new purses, new shoes, new clothes, new perfumes, okay, we just basically go to the mall, okay? We go to unless if we go to the mall, we can't purchase anything. We go to the mall to buy, to eat, to, basically get the things that we need. Now, it can be delivered right into our doorsteps, okay? So even with that alone, that's a big shift already. The rise of e-commerce. Probably let me go ahead and ask, you can write this down in the comment section. My apologies again if I can see the chat when you are watching us live. When was the last time that you went to the mall? Okay, the latest one. Please add it in the comment section. When was the last time that you actually went inside the mall and purchased something? Okay, last month. Okay, for Rosdell, how about others? Last month, last week? How about others? Okay, good for last week, but others are last month, last week. Okay, unless probably you want to yesterday. Okay, Mikael, good job. All right, yesterday for groceries. Yes, probably for me when I go to groceries. Okay, last trading in surge, that was July last year. Wow. 4 months ago for Paul. Okay, so it's a little, that's when we think of this before the pandemic, this is unimaginable. Okay, Paul is like 4 months ago. Okay, but right now probably we go to the mall to get out of our shells, get out of our comfort zone, because we still like that one. Okay, I still like to go to the office, but in order to like still beautify myself. Okay, there are people that like when we hired a trainer, I asked her, why do you like to go to the office, or why would you like? She said, because I want to be an office girl. Okay, but there are things that are not relevant anymore today than what we had when it comes to before the pandemic. But now, we have groceries delivered to us. We have even the vegetables, meat from the palengke, from the wet market, can now be delivered through Grab. Okay, when we buy branded cologne, shoes, clothes, they now have all of the brands that we have right now. Even in the Philippines, they now have an online store. Okay, they now have their own e-commerce store. Okay, this is because people now have acknowledged that it's not really you don't have to go outside. You don't have to go to different places in order to get something. Okay, you go outside because it's more intentional. You go outside to work, you go outside to meet with people, you go outside to deliver something, to establish a community, to see the people that maybe you're a part of. That's more intentional. Okay, you like to be an office girl, that's more intentional. But it's unlike before, where we don't have a choice but really go in a mall almost every other day because we need something there. Okay, but right now, e-commerce and the retail industry, there has been a big shift. You now can go ahead and get everything that you need, right, through different tap in your phones, and afterwards it can be delivered right in your doorsteps. Okay, so again, how about the jobs? How about right now I can already sense that in small stores, in some of the malls, they are now having this 4-day work week. Okay, or probably some days of the week where they only ask the salesperson to come in if it's really like the rush hour, or there are a lot of people. Okay, and there's a limitation now when it comes to being out there and really working outside. Okay, and when you do that, it might be, if you're going to really look deeper into it, there might be some changes there. Okay, so we need to also be preparing. All right, so now the question is, moving further, why is it important for us to go out there and basically go for upskilling because of this? Okay, why is there a need because of this shift when it comes to the gig industry, the retail, the e-commerce? Okay, for sure there needs to be adaptation. There needs to be learning new things. Okay, this is where TQM will come in, or total quality management, the idea for continuous learning. This is where it comes in, where like we need to adopt something. We need to adapt to what is a new setup when it comes to the shifting of this workforce. Okay, so number one is we need to adopt continuous learning, because there might be some misalignment. For sure, there is a misalignment, okay? So we need to ensure career sustainability. We need to ensure that we're still relevant a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, okay? Traditional education might not be enough. Maybe you're a graduate of business administration, you're a graduate of marketing, but what you learn there are concepts, but you still need maybe learning when it comes to digital marketing, social media marketing, social media ads, okay? So you need to adopt, you need to look for careers that is relevant in today's world in order to be sustainable, in order to adopt and continue success, okay? It's important to also embrace self-directedness in learning, and thus upskilling, okay? Upskill means, of course, it is the process of acquiring additional and advanced skill, okay? It might be in a field of your expertise, or maybe something that, something that may not be your field of expertise and you'd like to shift into that, okay? Of course, it involves gaining new knowledge, gaining abilities, competencies, okay? You enhance one's qualification and also go for capabilities from your current skill set, okay? So maybe something that is not anymore relevant, or probably something that your skill set right now is about to be replaced by AR, you have to upskill right away, okay? This is where upskilling can help you manage the shifting of the changes in the workspace or the workplaces, okay? So you need to acquire new skills. You need to advance new skills. You have to maybe learn, different other industries. Maybe you have to learn other competencies. Maybe your skill set right now will be replaced by AI, will not be relevant today. Maybe you're in the retail industry and it's not going to be relevant in the next 2 years, okay? So you need to upskill. Okay, it means you acquire new knowledge, you acquire advanced knowledge, you acquire new areas of expertise, you go for new competencies, new abilities, okay? And this is where you can really thrive. Remember earlier, we learned the word thrive, okay? This is where we can thrive when it comes to being relevant in the online world, in the gig economy, okay? Through upskilling. A little short story about me. I'm an educator. I'm from the education sector. So my background is actually a teacher, and my experiences are in the NGO, religious sector, nothing from the business world. Okay. But as you can see, we started working in the online world in 2012, and everything that we're doing up until now is upskilling, adapting new knowledge, positioning ourselves for something that is not our competence, learning new things and making that our competence. If you are a person that is like, I'm okay in whatever it is that I'm having right now, you're not hungry for new learning, you're not going to thrive, okay? But if you're a person who would be willing to embrace new challenges, be willing to embrace new opportunities, new competencies, new qualification, capabilities, then you are good, because you're always upskilling, okay? Because what might be relevant today may not be relevant tomorrow. So you have to read the times and really check into the shifting changes in the work landscape, and then upskill in advance, okay? So the strategies for you to effectively upskill: number one, you can look into online courses and certifications. You can go for mentorship and coaching, okay? Maybe even on the job learning. So for example, please hire me, but you don't have to pay me. I just need to learn, okay? There's a lot of that in the online world. Maybe networking and professional organizations. So that's good that you're here. Congratulations, because this is one way for you to learn, one way for you to network, okay? And of course, you can do self-study. There are a lot of resources that we have now online that you can effectively upskill, okay? There are free courses, there are free organizations, there are free training, just like this one, that you can really benefit. So look for opportunities to always learn something new. to always get certified, to always empower your portfolio, to always advance whatever it is. Okay, however, I know that there might be some common challenges. All right, so probably the common challenges when you are upskilling might be, number one, time constraints. Okay, so I don't have the time. I'm working right now. I'm in the office setting. I'm in the 9 to 5. My work is really not flexible. I don't have the time to upskill. Okay, so for you to do that, you can probably go for online courses or for setup that will offer you flexibility. Like our online courses, you can maybe it will stretch a little bit of your comfort zone. Okay, so instead of you sleeping or browsing through the internet and being in social media, by the time it's 8 o'clock, probably you will be studying, go from 7 to 9, maybe 2 hours a day. And that's for you to be able to upskill and position yourself, preparing yourself to the shifting work landscape. Okay, so go for something flexible. Probably, there are financial constraints. Maybe the course or the training, the mentorship, the coaching, the on-the-job learning that you are wanting, you're not really able to afford it. Probably there are some financial constraints, and the way to address it is save into it. Probably you can skip going outside and eating in fast food or using Grab, or go like checking out Shopee and Lazada the next month. Okay, and whatever you save from there, you can go and use it to budget, to add into your budget to upskill. Or probably there are the study now, pay later programs. Okay, you can also benefit from that. Another one is, of course, confidence or fear of failure. Okay, there are probably situations where you're saying, what if this will not work? Okay, what if it's not going to be effective? Okay, what if I'm not going to be it's all going to be a waste of time? Okay, yes, I know that there are avenues where it's a little bit difficult to go out of our comfort zone, but you can also be data centric. Okay, you can look into different data, how many people are successful, how many people are now earning, how many people are achieving freedom and flexibility. So you can also be more data centric. You do your research. Maybe you can also establish best practices. Maybe you can go for whatever it is that is best in working. Maybe you are better when you are working on the weekends, okay, and you are studying, you're upskilling on the weekends, and during the week you are just focused on whatever it is that you're doing right now. Probably it's good for you to go and maybe study online. Okay, maybe you can go and adopt like the urgent, important, not urgent, not important type of setup, or probably the Pareto principle, or probably any type of setup that may be able to help you when it comes to you pursuing self-directedness and upskilling. Okay, so these are just some. Because for sure, if you're really going to pursue something that you love and you put your hard work, your dedication, your commitment into it, okay, you're really going to succeed. Okay, and again, I'm really happy that we're doing this one, because there's no other way to position yourself and prepare yourself for the shifting work landscape. Okay, there is the AI, there is the gig economy, there is the rise in retail, there is the cost efficient, effectiveness of business owners. There's a lot of things, so you have to be ready. Okay, allow me to share a little bit of a few stories. Okay, so I'm going to share a few of our stories here. So we have this person right here. Okay, so now she's earning this much, this person is earning this much. Okay, and these are stories of real people that may also have like difficulties, may also have time financial constraints, but they're really pursued upskilling, and now they're able to pursue higher rates in online world. Like for example, this person, okay, I think she started with I think one course, and then also adopted new courses and continued upskilling and upskilling, and then were able to position herself with higher rates. And now I think she has a trucking business. She also has clients. One of her clients were, I think, was like a Hollywood actor or a football actor or something like that. I forgot. Okay. This person right here, I think she started with a freelancing course and then ventured into online bookkeeping. Okay, so really positioning themselves. Okay, this person right here, 3 clients. Okay, in social media. This one, all right. So even asking me how is it that they will be tapped with other other, like for example AMLA. Okay, we also have here another person. Okay, this one, took SEO and then also took part of the apprenticeship program. So apprenticeship program is more apprenticeship, okay, or more like on the job learning. So you're doing it and then at the same time you're learning in the process, right? You're not being paid, and then but eventually, so that's also a part of upskilling. Okay, don't just be settled with whatever it is that you have now. Make sure that you go for new things that will empower you, that will position you for higher employability. Okay, we also have here, okay, this person saying that she or he is now on the 4th client. Okay, and many other stories. Okay, you can read all of this. You can pause the recorded session, but these are real stories of real people. Okay, this is one of my favorites right here. Bem, I don't know if she's watching, but I often share this one. She's more like everybody else. Okay, so she is a mom. She did not graduate in college, but she also is hungry for change and she wants stability when it comes to online world. So she took one of her courses, and afterwards, and what we did not know, I think few weeks, 2 weeks or 3 weeks into the coaching, she was hired. And it was only then that I knew her story when she shared it after being hired, and she was just hired part-time. What we did not know was that Bem was actually studying, basically upskilling, okay, from where she was at, using a PesoNet. Okay, I don't know if you're familiar with PesoNet, but it's like a computer setup where you, I think, add 5 pesos or 1 peso, or 1 peso is equal to 5 minutes of being online. So it was a PesoNet, and that's where she was really learning all of the things that she need. And in that situation, they were living in a really poor neighborhood, and her husband was working in Manila because she's based in Davao, and as a security guard. And when she was hired, immediately she asked her husband to go home. And it's been a few years, I think it's been 4 years that she's still freelancing, and she is still basically moving. She's still upscaling every now and then. Okay, and she moved from a poor neighborhood into an average neighborhood. She was able to have her kids finish high school. Her husband is still with her, probably helping her as well. But these are just some of the stories that we can always go back to, on how one person is saying, I'm not going to be settled on where I'm at now. Okay, or one life saying that I'm not gonna be confident with where I'm at now. I want to be able to position myself to what's coming. Okay, there is a demand in the online world. The rising gig economy is there, and it's there to stay. All of the changes in our work landscape is about to be the new normal. So for us, for you, it's really important to always be upskilling, okay? To always be that person to pursue competitiveness. Any type of setup, maybe in the online world, in the office setting, as long as it's a setup that will best implicate our values, best bring joy in our lives. Okay, but the changes that we have, it's here to stay. Okay, and I'm gonna close with this. Okay, with this quote: change is here. AI is here. remote world is here, new platforms, new CRMs, new business models are here. And it's important for us to be adaptable, to always be agile, in all of these changes. This is where we can really position ourselves for continued competitiveness in our lifestyle, continued success in the workforce. Even if, everybody's going to be shifting online, once we adopt upskilling all the time, we're always ahead of the learning curve. They're still learning, basic administration. We're already learning something else. Digital marketing, we're already ahead. So make it a habit. Make sure that you're always embracing continuous learning, continued, pursuit when it comes to self-improvement and learning new things. No matter how old you are, no matter what background you're coming from, may you be a business owner, may you be in the C level, or a senior consultant, whatever it is that you're going through, always be adapting, always be agile, always be positioning yourself for greater learning, for new opportunities, always upskill, because that's how we can really be ahead of and be more established, be really founded with the changing landscape in the workforce.